BBC Sounds. Music, radio, podcasts.
This is the Yungblud podcast. Turn up that volume. How are you all doing? I think you all look beautiful today. That outfit makes you look like a rock star. My guest this week always looks fabulous. They are called Rebecca and they are 19 from the Netherlands. Rebecca discovered drag performance a few years ago and it's empowered them to accept their masculine side and identify as a non-binary female. Their drag persona, Velvet, has helped them find confidence, love and self-acceptance. Rebecca has found that non-conventional drag queens are often invalidated and it's been really hard for them to be accepted in mainstream drag shows. They think art should be genderless and I totally agree. I can't wait to talk about art, gender and self-expression with Rebecca. As always, there's probably going to be some strong language with this one, so enjoy. Let's go! Wow, you look incredible.
Thank you so much.
So, firstly, I feel absolutely underdressed. Rebecca, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I should have dressed up a little bit more. So, the thing we are talking about today is drag. We love. Absolutely, you look amazing. How did you first discover drag?
Well, like most people, I started watching RuPaul's Drag Race.
Yeah.
But then I thought I couldn't do that because I wasn't a man. So I was like, okay, well, I can't participate. This art form is not for me. But then as I dove more into the art form, I actually discovered a lot of women doing it and like people from different gender identities doing it. And I was like, I can do this. And so I started just doing the makeup for fun. And then I started meeting people and I sort of snowballed into it. And now I'm like, I'm never getting out.
Dude, that's it, man. As I say, like everything kind of, the idea of gender within our generation is absolutely been obliterated.
Yeah.
And I think terms like saying an art form needs to have a gender is absolutely terrible to me. You know what I'm saying? So
exactly.
I love that you are kind of part of that progression of within the drag community of going, I am who I am doing this art form. This is brilliant because you identify as non-binary, right?
I do, yes.
I think that's brilliant that you are kind of being so outspoken within a drag act, being this is who I am. There should be no limitations of my gender to do an art form.
Exactly,
like this.
yeah.
I think that's amazing. How did you find female drag queens at first going, oh, whoa, it doesn't have to be just men?
I just started Instagramming and I just discovered pages that reposted drag artists and I just scrolled through them and then I found queens like someone that's like a big example to me is Venus Envy from Orlando and she's just incredible. She blew up on TikTok and that's how she basically like got her drag fame and
Wow.
She just does the most incredible drag and I've always looked up to that and I was like, she was one of the first people I actually found and I was like, this is what I want to do as well.
I love it, man. And it had such a massive effect on your gender identity, right? Because you were able to explore your masculinity through drag.
Yeah, because when I started doing drag, I still identified as a cis woman. And because drag is so hyper feminine, or at least for me, because obviously you have like drag kings and drag things, so it doesn't have to be feminine. But for me, it was so hyper feminine that I actually found that I could express my masculinity more out of drag. And I found more comfort in that. As to before, I was still really trying to fit into that box of being a woman and looking feminine. And because drag was so feminine, I felt the freedom to explore my gender more out of drag as well.
That's beautiful to me. I think I always loved it. I think, as I say, if you look at me and the imagery I based around Yungblud and did everything, I took so much from drag in a way that I remember it was Bowie that first introduced me to drag, really. You know what I'm saying? I think it was such a massive part of his existence, and then leading into like finding artists like Boy George and everything who were absolutely enthralled by it and put it into music. It was incredible to me. You feel more confident right now because of drag? Because I
do, yeah. I was really insecure with myself before, and I still have that sometimes because gender is just not easy all the time.
Absolutely not.
But through drag, when I'm in drag, I feel the most confident version of myself that I could possibly be. I feel sexy when I'm in drag. I feel everything that I never felt before I did drag.
I love that. I think when you find something that ultimately allows you to feel like who you are, It's the most liberating feeling in the world. And it makes me so happy when I meet people like you who actively went out and found something that liberated them, liberated yourself to be like, this is who I am. I'm proud. I'm beautiful. No one's going to touch me. This is me. And if you don't like it, you can get in the bin. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Did you find many friends through it? Did you find many friends through the
I found my best
medium?
friends through drag.
So
I have so
sick.
many friends now that are drag artists, or like we have this one group chat that just sort of started in the beginning of COVID because we were hosting a drag queen game night on Zoom. And it just sort of became this group where everyone's just like, it's sort of like a little family. Like we just share everything about ourselves in that group, and it's all okay because there's no shame. We're all just there for each other, and it's just this wonderful community that I found through drag.
Dude, I love it. And you created an Instagram account called Drag the System.
I did.
CIS. How did that come about?
So I have this online friend, Ariana Cherry, and they are a drag queen from the UK. Well, originally from Germany, but live in the UK now in London. And we have been basically supporting each other since we both first started, because we started around the same time. And they like contacted me and they were like, I still get a lot of hate towards me because I'm not a man and I do drag. And I noticed that in the scene, there's a lot of injustice still towards drag artists that aren't cis-men. And I was like, yeah, I've had some of it myself. I've been lucky enough to not have it a lot, but I have been invalidated before. People have said like, well, that's not drag. That's just you doing fun makeup and wearing a wig. Because apparently you can't do drag when you're not a man, according to them, because they've only seen Drag Race. And so we were like, we want to do something about it, because most platforms that are on Instagram that share drag artists are catered towards male drag queens. So men dressing up as women. And we were like, we want to make a page that's for everyone except those people that already have all the privilege. So we just made this account to repost suppressed voices in drag and non-conventional drag artists.
I just, that inspires me so much, man. You know what I mean? Fuck the system.
Exactly, yeah.
Cut it up, glue it back together in a completely different form. That is what it's all about. That is what Yungblud's about.
Yeah.
When I wanted to be Yungblud, I wanted to do that. I wanted to change things. I wanted to talk about my gender. I wanted to talk about my sexuality. I wanted to talk about the way I dress. I held a lot of pain, and nothing gets me more excited when I meet artists like yourself who find something out about themselves, figure something out, and then go and show the world, man. That's amazing to me. Like, I can't wait. I'm gonna follow your Instagram account as soon as this finishes. I think it's
thank you so much.
So dope.
Really appreciate that,
because it's right, man. There should not be gender discrimination in anything, let alone art. Art is like, you know what I mean? Especially in art form, whose whole purpose is about the destruction of gender.
Yeah, and especially drag as well, because drag is an art form that's supposed to blur those gender boundaries and to redefine gender. And how can you exclude an entire gender from that? That just doesn't make any sense.
Such an interesting thought. What gender is an inverted commas man-made concept. You know what I'm saying? And It's wonderful what is happening within our generation, and activations like this and what is going on needs to push that forward and needs to kind of spread that message. It's insane and it's incredible, and I love it. Someone told me you got a YB tattoo.
I did, yes.
What is that about? What'd you get?
Well, your song, when you released your song God Save Me But Don't Drown Me Out, there was just this one lyric that like spoke to me immediately, which was, I won't let my insecurities define who I am.
Love.
And that also sort of connects with what drag has done for me as well. And then I was like, how can I make this sort of creative still instead of just taking the quote? And then I realized that in Medication, you actually said, I'm insecure, so I've got a tattoo of an elephant. So I combined the two, and I actually have I don't know if you can see it. Hold on.
Whoa, that is crazy.
It's an elephant, and then it has in your handwriting the quote, I won't let my insecurities define who I am.
That is mad. Wow, look, I still find it crazy when you'll tattoo that, because it almost was like straight out my heart, straight onto your skin.
Yeah,
I remember
exactly.
I remember that moment I sung that word. I was crying my eyes out, and I found it so hard this year, been away from you all. I found it so hard to kind of write an album and then not be able to tour.
Yeah.
And then I'm kind of writing another one now, but it's the hardest thing I've ever done because I can't see you all, I can't touch you all, I can't be with you all. You know what I'm saying? So it's been amazing to talk to you today about this because I just think it's what you're doing is absolutely punk as fuck.
Thank you so much. You actually inspire a lot of it, so really means a lot hearing that from you as well.
Dude, I'm literally, as I say, I'm pulling up my phone right now on the podcast, and you should get a notification. Boom, followed. There you go.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for coming on. Have you got anything you want to say to anyone out there, or do you want to leave it there?
If you want to do something, don't let anyone stop you from doing it, because they told me I couldn't do this, and I found my best friends through it. Something beautiful will always come your way if you just do what you want to do.
Dude, I'm literally writing that down because that is exactly what this is about. This thing that Yungblud is about us talking like this, and it's always a two-way street. Rebecca, you're a rock star. I love you.
I love you too.
Have an incredible day, and I can't wait to see you when we're back in the Netherlands.
Yeah, I can't wait. I already have my tickets. Also for Berlin. I will come.
Let's go. They're going to be wild.
It's going to be amazing. I will be right there in front with a sign saying, "Remember me."
Thank you so much. I love that.
Thank you for having me. It really means a lot. I never expected to be chosen for this.
Dude, I love it. It's inspiring. Like Rebecca, do what you love. If people tell you that you're not the right kind of person for them, screw it and do it even more. Like Rebecca, you can find your community. We've built one here on this podcast, so spread the word, make this community even bigger. If you want some more info or support on the issues we've talked about, you can find it by searching online for BBC Action Line. I love you all. Stay strange, stay weird, stay beautiful. I'll see you all next week. Ba-ding!